Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here today with, surprise, another waterfall folio. Of course, those are my favorite things this month. So that's what we're going to do. So I have a massive scrap basket from Dollar Tree. Isn't that cute? Look at that. And it just has all these scraps from various projects I've been working on. And so I'm trying to use the scraps in new projects, so I don't have that many scraps. So today we are doing a square folio. I don't think I've done a square folio. If I have, I don't remember it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I saw something. All right. So what I did was I just went into the scrap bin and I grabbed out a stack of same size squares. So I had enough to do this folio, enough here, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have more squares. So it's like kind of like a stack like this, and I just kind of went in. Let's see what these are. This might be our next. I can't really see because I'm looking in the camera. I just kind of went in like that and picked out, you know, a stack or whatever. So I use the paper collections, Simple Stories, My Story for this. This is my favorite page in there, the book page. So I have it on the cover, I have it on the back, and I have it in the middle. I mat it with mint macaroon Stampin' Up. Put a little tiny collage. I didn't want to cover the page. I really wanted the books to be the star, but I wanted to add some little things on there. So I did that, added some little glitter gel. Actually, it's a silver gel ink pen that I added to the smile, and just, you know, a few little things here and there. But there are two magnets. So when you're doing your book, be careful, you know, where your magnets are. My magnets are here and here. So first off, we have a little flip. And I think I used either 2 or 3 pieces of the paper collection, the front and the backs, just to, you know, this place here is completely open. I just really love that page. If it was for me, I'd probably keep it blank, but you can always do a little picture, maybe a little journaling, whatever you want to do. You're going to open it up on this side. Our waterfall opens this way. I don't really know if these are technically waterfalls or just flips, but I call it waterfall. And then in the middle, we have my favorite cascading, like so. And then here's that book page. Use the branding strip. Very easy to make. Great way to use up your papers. I love it. All right, let's get started. You're going to need 10 pieces that are 5 1/4 by 4 3/4. You're going to score it at 1/2 inch on the long side. So like this. Go ahead and pause the video. Get those cut out. Get them taped up if you use tape. If you don't use tape, go ahead and get them varnished. The more you varnish them, the flatter your waterfall flips are going to lay down. So go ahead and pause your video and get those done. And then you'll need two pieces of paper that measure 7 by 6. I'm going to cut both of them at the same time. So 7 by 6. And then one piece, which is 6 by 6. I know that's giving me more scraps, but it can't be avoided. Okay, so the pieces that are 7 by 6 on the 7-inch side, you're going to score both of them at 1/2 inch and 1, just on one side. 1/2 inch and 1. Okay, and then your second piece, 1/2 inch and 1. Okay, that's it. That's all the scoring we need. We're going to put our tape on the inside or the bumpy side. If you want to put your, hold on, I can't talk and tape at the same time. For your cover page, if you want to put it on top so the hinge is on the inside, then put your tape on the dentist side. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't particularly care that the hinge is on the top of the cover. You can't see it. Let me see. Okay, right here. You can see that little tiny bit. That's where my hinge is. But if I'm not pointing that out to you, you're not paying attention to that. So I don't mind that my hinge is on the front. Some people do. And we listen and we don't judge out loud. Alright, so my tape is on both pieces, and so you're going to take off your backing or your glue, and you're going to glue it to the other piece that has the score marks. If you are using directional paper, you really have to pay attention. I typically don't use directional paper during the construction process, so I don't mess up the direction. And then you're going to go ahead and glue or tape your 6x6 piece to this other side. Right up to the score line. We're not touching it. We're not going over it. So see, mine is on the thing. You can use this piece as your cover. There you go. It doesn't matter to me, to be honest. I don't care. Alright, so now what you need to do, you have a couple of different options. I chose to matte my entire book with the mint macaroon. I even did my spines in mint macaroon, which after I did that, I kind of wished I would have done the spines in the pink that I used under here, but they were already glued down, so I can't bring it up. So that's what you need to kind of focus on. Determine if you're going to matte first or you're going to color block. I stuck mine directly to my matting, and then I stuck a piece of the paper completely over it so you can't see it. I just figured out a hack, if you will. If you miter your last flap, then you can add your paper and you won't see that last little bit. So normally I just have it showing. I don't care, but that time I mitered it. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about on a different book. Let's see. Yeah, see how it goes over a little bit of the paper? So, yeah, your preference. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this what paper? What paper can we use? Okay, so I'm going to use a Christmas paper, I think. So that's why I'm doing red. I do have a pretty fall one that has red in it too, so I'm just too lazy to go downstairs to find it. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and matte. I did not matte this front cover or this piece right here, only because I need to put my magnets in there, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that with you guys. These are the magnets I got from Amazon. I really, really like them. They're just as strong as the basic grays, but so much cheaper. Let's see, so we got 1, 2, 3. Look at how strong that is. It was going through my thumb. 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to do 3 magnets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because we are putting the flaps on the front cover, so I just want to make sure there is enough magnetic, you know, holding, whatever, I don't know. Just make sure you know where your magnets are. I had to move this flap over a little bit more to the right because I put my magnets right here, a little too far inwards. So just, you know, be mindful of that. Where is my score tape? These ones do not have adhesive. You can just use a glue dot, but I only have the tiny, tiny glue dots, so there's no point. Okay. And 3. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and put my 3 like that. And the score tape and your paper is they're gonna hold it down, so don't worry about it. I don't like to put wet glue on my magnets. I just don't. All right, no. Okay. So the sticky side is up when I'm doing this. I have to make sure, you know, which side is going to be attracted to it. Okay. Only the first one I picked wrong. Okay. And now when I close the book, because my sticky is up, it will stick to this side. So line it up to where it needs to go. And push down on your tape. There we go. And normally it works just fine, you know, when you're not on camera. There we go. Okay. All right, now you can go ahead and mat all of your pieces. I do like to do this. So I know there's already score tape here on top of my magnets, but I don't want any type of bubble, and so I do put score tape on my paper on the side where those magnets are. Just to make sure that nothing's going to peel up on that edge. Sometimes you will get a little peel up because you know, the magnets are thicker than the rest of the paper, so no peel up because the tape is instant. Right, okay, so you're just gonna go ahead and mat all your pieces now. Okay, mine is nice and matted. I'm just single matting. I picked a solid color for both of these only because the flaps are so busy that I think the solid color just kind of calms your eyes a little bit. Because if you had a pattern behind that, it's just too much. And this paper collection was a lot. With all the various, you know, florals and these colors and stuff like that. So I just wanted to calm the eye. And my paper collection, I think I'm going to use for this one, I don't know yet because I'm working on some Christmas and July projects, and so I need to save some paper. But look how, like, for instance, this page is so busy, so I just want to quiet the eye, right? So yeah, that's why I picked this color profile. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add our flaps. Super easy, just 3 here, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and 4 in the middle. You can obviously do them any direction you want. This one is gonna flip up, this one flips left to right, and this one is a cascading. The only thing I would not do is I would not put a left to right on your left hand side, only because you have your magnets there. But if you're using a different type of closure, do you. So this one, I need to work from the bottom, make sure that, okay, this is the front. Okay, and even as I can be. And place it down. I think I gave myself too much of a border. Oh no, that works. Alright, so one down. You can do the Waterfall base page if you want. This one I'm just adding directly to my book. I know my last couple of folios, I think I've had that base page, but it's fine. Sometimes I like a base page, sometimes not. Like a, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. This kind of looks scary with all this black and red, doesn't it? Alright, here's another one. So I just put those 3 down, just like that, quick and easy. Now you're just going to work on your next section, which this is my right section. Again, I work upside down, so 1, and I forgot just that fast of the tip that I told you. 2, 3. So the third one, what I'm going to do is just miter the corners. Just so if I decide to mat with something smaller, like when I cut those pages for the other book, the flaps, you know, you can cut 3 at a time on one row, or 2 at a time actually. And so I just wanted to keep all the same size. I didn't want to have to cut anything bigger, and so I just mitered those corners, and it fit perfectly. But I didn't miter the other one, so who cares? Alright, now my cascade. Now this one is going to be a little bit tricky because you are putting them right up against each other. So this one I put too much of a border and too far in. So my middle one, it was on the score line and I had to cut it. So just be mindful of that for your border. Go as far to the left and right as you can, but still see your matting. So that way they don't touch. I love, love, love a waterfall folio because they're so easy. It's given me a lot of practice in matting, and it's not overwhelming, and they're quick. Oh, it looks straight enough even though it looks crooked down here. I don't know what to tell you. Whatever. Alright, so then you're just going to go ahead and add your next one right in there. And your next one. I think I'm getting a little crooked here, but I don't know. Okay. And then you're just going to do the same on the other side. Okay. Yes, I did take the undo and I fixed it. It's still a little wet. That would have bothered me because this is not perfectly centered, so I can't have 2 oopsie daisies on the same page. I just can't. So that's 1, 2. Okay, so I lied to you. You need 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You need 12. Not 10. The description box is correct. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, yeah, it's 10. So why did I do... Oh, it's only 2 each side, and I did 3. Okay, that's no problem. So now you only need 10. Because you definitely can't fit 3. You can't fit 6 here. So for this one, I'm going to have to remove the tape. Yes, I could have put more undo on it and removed it, but I'm covering that anyway, so I don't care. All right, then I gotta let this dry. Yeah, because when I tried to do 3 on both sides, there's not enough room. That's why it's 2 and 2. It's not 3. But I guess you could do 3 and 2 if you wanted to. 3 and 1 or whatever combination you want. But I did 2 and 2. So yes, you need 10. I got a little excited there putting my 3. And obviously you can configure these any which way you want. You can have, you know, you can have your 2 flaps like this. You can add a flap here if you want to. Like just add a flap, and so this one comes down, and then you can have like a 4-page spread if you want to add another flap up here. I mean, the possibilities are endless. You don't have to do it exactly like mine. You know, if you want one up here, just more room, more real estate for more pictures. Obviously that is up to you. This is the one that's going to be a little tricky because of this score line. See, that one made it. The other one, like I said, I was too far over, and so I had to cut it a little bit. But I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. So that is the full construction of the book. You can add so much more to this book. You can add magnets and more flips, more flaps. Put, you know, add a flap onto the spine. Whatever your heart desires. The only thing I would not do is I would not add to both the cover and this page right here. I would not do that. Why? Because you need to be able to close the book. So your magnets are only going to be just so strong. Okay. And if you have something on both sides, your magnets are just not going to have enough strength to go through. Now you can do like a little picture, you know, obviously add pictures, but I wouldn't add anything else bulky. No more flaps, no more flips, unless you add it to maybe like here in the very middle. But remember, you have three papers here, so this is potential for 6 pictures. So that's going to add that bulk. So just keep that in mind when you're designing these things. You know, if you have to add extra magnets, you can. This one only has 2, and that's why the new book I put 3, because it's pulling, you can feel it, but it's not snapping. So that means that it's very thick, and it's not going to snap when I add pictures. Okay, but that's fine. It's still going to lay flat. It has enough, you know, ability to lay flat. But I really didn't have to put magnets in it because, you know, it's super thick, but I wanted the magnets in there. So keep that in mind. But that is it. So we'll mat this one, probably, like I said, in that Christmas themed paper, and just go from there. Definitely use your scraps. Okay, I matted this one. So here was the other tip about magnets. If you're going to do multiple layers, I would put the magnets underneath the top layer, which I did not do. So they're adhering, but they're not as snappy as what they could be. I know that rule and I just didn't do it. I added this basil paper because the black and red was just way too dark. It kind of gave off Gothic biker club more so than Christmas. And so I added some basil parakeet green. I think it just brightened everything up. Maybe a little too bright, but I liked it. Because I found it here. It like kind of matches here. Kind of matches, kind of doesn't. I just really love that page. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I guess you can put a, where's my 2x3 picture? Here it is. You can put a little 2x3 in the corner. I just really love the cardinals, so I put it in there. And again, same thing with the to from. You can write little journaling, message, put your little picture. I don't know. I just felt it was pretty. Enjoy the paper. So do like that. Oh, this one comes up too. And then that. So see how just a little bit of different paper can change up the whole look of the book. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you guys make this, please tag me. I love, love, love seeing when you guys make the things that I have created. It warms my heart. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.